Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Thursday, July 14, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Cleveland Guardians vs Detroit Tigers. Our team pick is Cleveland Guardians for the win. And here is why. Detroit snapped a 4-game skid as they picked up the victory in their contest with the Royals Tuesday night. The Tigers entered Wednesday 4th in the AL Central, 10.5 games behind the Twins for the top spot in the division race. On Tuesday night, Detroit broke a 3-3 tie with 4 runs in the 7th and hung on for the victory. Spencer Torkelson, run, RBI, had 3 hits, while Javier Baez, 2 runs, Jonathan Schoop, 2 runs, RBI, and Akil Baddoo, RBI, each had 2 in the win. Bo Brisk, 3-6, earned the win as he allowed 3 runs on 5 hits, with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts over 6 innings. Gregory Soto threw a scoreless 9th, allowing 1 hit with no walks and 1 strikeout for his 18th save of the year. Cleveland split a doubleheader with the White Sox Tuesday night to give themselves a shot at a series win Wednesday night. The Guardians entered Wednesday 2nd in the AL Central, 3.5 games behind the Twins for the top spot in the division race. On Tuesday, Steven Kwan, run, and Amed Rosario, run, 2 RBI, each had 2 hits in the opener of the doubleheader. Shane Bieber, 4-5, went the distance to earn the victory as he allowed 1 run on 3 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts. In the nightcap, Kwan and Ramirez each had a pair of hits, though the team went only 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Connor Pilkington, 1-2, took the loss as he allowed 4 runs, 3 earned, on 6 hits with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts over 5 innings. This was originally scheduled to be an off day for both teams, but was shoehorned in to make up a contest that was slated for May 21. Rodriguez is in the mix here as the Tigers are hoping to limp into the All-Star break to have a couple of rest days to recharge. Let's face it, he's been brutal at the major league level, and it's tough to see things turning around here. Cleveland has had their ups and downs, but McKenzie is coming off a stellar outing his last time out. His biggest issue has been the long ball as he surrendered 16 blasts on the year. Facing a Tigers lineup that entered Wednesday with only 52 homers, the league's lowest total. Cleveland should contain the pop gun Detroit offense, giving McKenzie the victory as they take the series opener. Our total pick is over the total, and here is why. Along with taking the Guardians on the run line, I also like the over in this matchup as Cleveland should be able to score a ton of runs against the right-hander. In Rodriguez's 5 games, the games are averaging 9.4 runs per game, while he's allowing 1.3 runs per inning. In McKenzie's last 5 starts, they are averaging 11 runs per game, and opposing teams are averaging 0.48 runs per inning. Meanwhile, in Detroit's last 5 games they are averaging 8 runs per game, and Cleveland is averaging 8.8. Along with that, in the 9 games they have played against one another this season, they are averaging 7.8 runs per game, so take the over here. Minnesota Twins vs Chicago White Sox. Our team pick is Twins for the win, and here is why. The White Sox, a preseason AL Central Division favorite, suddenly find themselves within shouting distance of the first-place Twins despite a rash of injuries and sluggish play throughout the first half. The White Sox come into this series in the midst of 15 straight games with AL Central Division foes to close the first half. Heading into the final game against Cleveland on Wednesday night, the White Sox are just 4-7 as they slowly inch back into contention. On Wednesday night in the series finale in Cleveland, the White Sox got a solid start from Lucas Giolito and downed the Guardians 2-1. The White Sox bullpen was sharp as well, throwing 2.2 innings of hitless relief to hold the lead. The Minnesota Twins have held the lead in the AL Central for nearly the entire first half of the season and will look to put a stranglehold on the division lead with a strong finish against the White Sox. The Twins have been unable to distance themselves from the scuffling Guardians and White Sox in recent weeks due to their own uneven play. Heading into the series finale of their brief 2-game series with Milwaukee on Wednesday afternoon, the Twins are just 5-5 in their last 10 games. On Wednesday afternoon, the Twins made it a series split with the Brewers thanks to a dramatic 3-run walk-off home run by Jose Miranda off of Brewers closer Josh Hader for a 4-1 win. In a matchup of two veteran right-handers that can both get their team into the 6th or 7th inning, I'm going to lean towards the team that is more consistent, the Twins. Minnesota is 25-18 at home this season, entering Wednesday's game with the Brewers, and are 22-16 against AL Central teams this season. The Twins have also won 8 of Gray's last 10 starts this season. As for the White Sox, they are just 13-17 against AL Central Division teams this season, entering Wednesday night's finale against Cleveland. The White Sox are just 3-6 in Cueto's last 9 starts. Look for the Twins to get started strong in this series against the White Sox with a big win in the opener on Thursday night. Our total pick is over the total, and here is why. Both teams have been scoring runs as of late, as the White Sox are averaging 4 runs per game in their previous 8 games played, while the Twins are scoring 5 runs per game in their last 5 games. The back end of both bullpens have not been great this season, as well as in the 7th inning or later of a game. Minnesota is 18th in baseball with a 3.92 ERA, while Chicago is right behind them at 19th with a 4.00 ERA. The over is 4-0-1 in their previous 5 games against one another, so go with the over to hit here as well. Chicago Cubs vs New York Mets. Our team pick is Mets for the win. And here is why. It has been a highly successful season thus far for the New York Mets in 2022. First, they had an outstanding offseason in which they fortified their starting staff, and then they added key pieces to the lineup in the hopes of winning their first division title since 2015. However, in recent weeks, the Mets have watched the defending world champion Atlanta Braves make their move and threaten their division lead. The prize piece of the Mets' offseason acquisitions, Max Scherzer, came off the Illinois last week and dominated the Braves in a Game 1 victory. In Game 2, the Braves turned the tide with a 4-1 victory over the Mets to cut the division lead to 2.5 games once again. On Wednesday afternoon, the Mets jumped out to a 4-0 lead by the 3rd inning thanks to a solo home run by Eduardo Escobar in the 2nd and a 3-run blast by Francisco Lindor in the 3rd. It would prove to be more than enough in a 7-3 Mets win that pushed their division lead to 3.5 games over the Braves. The rebuilding Cubs are limping towards the All-Star break as they prepare to host the NL East leading Mets. Heading into Wednesday night's final game of a 3-game set with Baltimore, the Cubs have lost 5 straight games and 7 out of 9. Excluding a 9-run outburst in an 11-9 loss to the Dodgers, the Cubs' bats have gone silent. In the other 5 games outside the 9-run game, the Cubs produced a total of 12 runs. On Wednesday night, the Cubs were beaten for the 2nd straight night by the red-hot Orioles, 7-1. Chicago has now lost 7 straight games as their pitching staff gave up 12 hits and 7 runs to the Baltimore Bats. This will be a game decided by the bullpens, as the Mets have been careful with Carrasco's innings in recent games, as the 35-year-old has begun to show the wear and tear of pitching more innings than he has in any of the last 3 seasons already. Likewise, Thompson has not been an innings eater for the Cubs since being inserted into the starting rotation. It will likely turn into a bullpen matchup from the 5th or 6th inning on for both teams. The Mets bullpen has a large edge over the Cubs bullpen, with the 10th best bullpen ERA in baseball, compared to the Cubs' 26th ranked bullpen. While the Mets have cooled a bit over their past 30 games at just 16-14, the Cubs have been a dismal 11-19 over the same stretch. The Cubs have also lost 5 out of Thompson's last 7 starts, so I look for that trend to continue in this spot. Our total pick is over the total, and here is why. The Mets are averaging 4.70 runs per game and 4.62 runs per game on the road. They average 3 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Cubs. With Chicago giving up 4.93 runs per game at home, the Mets will hit their average in this game. The Cubs are averaging 4.34 runs per game and 4.58 runs per game at home. They average 2.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. With New York giving up 4.29 runs per game on the road, the Cubs will score enough runs to push the score over the total.